Virgin Galactic may be on the brink of a disaster, as rumors suggest that the company is spiraling toward imminent bankruptcy. Having suffered a catastrophic crash during a test flight in 2014, the company has found it hard to get back on track in the following years. Let's take a closer look. Virgin Galactic is a space tourism company that intends to offer suborbital flights into space to paying customers. The company was founded by Richard Branson, a British aerospace and music entrepreneur. Branson originally predicted that Virgin Galactic would be flying customers into space by 2007. Development issues, a 2007 fatal explosion during a ground test, and a tragic test flight crash in October 2014 contributed to the delay. On December 13, 2018, the company passed an important milestone when its VSS Unity test vehicle reached space, at least according to one definition. The vehicle, a model known as SpaceShipTwo, reached an altitude of 51.4 miles, which is slightly higher than what the U.S. Air Force considers the border between Earth's atmosphere and space when giving astronaut wings to its pilots. However, the more famous Kármán line defining where space begins is 62 miles up. Virgin plans to operate its future private space flights out of the Spaceport America complex in New Mexico, but it also signed an agreement to develop a spaceport in Abu Dhabi. The company has hundreds of customers who have made deposits for space flights. The biggest known name on the list is actor Ashton Kutcher, although rumor has it that actors Angelina Jolie, Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, and singer Katy Perry have signed on as well. A few people reportedly backed out after the October 2014 crash. Branson has a portfolio of companies under the Virgin brand, including a music company and an airline. Virgin Galactic was registered as a company in 1999, 3 years after the Ansari X Prize competition was announced. The X Prize was an award of $10 million to the first non-government organization that flew people into space past the Kármán line, using a reusable spacecraft twice in 2 weeks. Branson had been interested in spaceflight since the 1960s and had sponsored Burt Rutan's Scaled Composites bid to compete for the prize. Virgin Galactic's first crewed test flight was in July 2010, during which the VSS Enterprise spent more than 6 hours in the air. Meanwhile, the company was busy working to find paying customers for the upcoming space flights. Some customers withdrew from their spot on the passenger list following the lengthy delay in Virgin Galactic's first space flight, but most have said they understand that the company is trying to put safety first. Tragedy struck during the fourth rocket-powered flight on October 31, 2014, when the vehicle broke apart. The incident killed co-pilot Michael Owlsbury and injured pilot Peter Seibold. An investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board determined that the accident was caused by SpaceShipTwo's feathering re-entry system deploying too early as a result of an error by Owlsbury. The next version of SpaceShipTwo, VSS Unity, includes safeguards that will prevent this scenario from happening again. The aerospace company, Scaled Composites, which built the spacecraft, also set the stage for the accident through its failure to consider and protect against the possibility that a single human error could result in a catastrophic hazard to the SpaceShipTwo vehicle. NTSB investigators said the accident occurred when Owlsbury unlocked SpaceShipTwo's novel tail boom feather system too early, while the craft was flying at Mach 0.8 and not at Mach 1.4 as the original flight plan required. The feathering system must be unlocked before SpaceShipTwo reaches a speed of Mach 1.8, or else the flight would have had to abort. SpaceShipTwo's novel feather system rotates the craft's twin tail booms upward to help stabilize the craft during its re-entry into Earth's atmosphere at the end of a flight. During the boost phase, when the rocket motor is firing, it is locked into position to secure the tail booms during flight. When Owlsbury unlocked the feathering system early, turbulence from SpaceShipTwo's transonic flight overpowered the tail boom securing mechanism, leading to the vehicle's destruction. The NTSB reviewed a mountain of data from the accident, including telemetry from SpaceShipTwo and video recorded both inside and outside the craft, before reaching its conclusion. NTSB investigators acknowledged that in the 9 months since the SpaceShipTwo accident, Scaled engineers at Virgin Galactic have developed an inhibitor that would prevent the feather system from being unlocked early. However, these changes may not have been enough, as the billionaires-led space tourism industry is off to a bumpy start in 2022. Virgin Galactic, the only publicly traded space tourism company in the market, has seen its stock tumble 28% since the beginning of the year. Much of the loss was logged in the last 2 days after the company announced plans to raise $500 million in debt, sending a chilling signal to investors that the company might be running dry on cash. Virgin Galactic then said it will issue $425 million or more of convertible senior notes in a private offering. Convertible notes are a type of debt instrument that can be converted to a predefined amount of equity. A senior convertible note has priority over all other debt securities issued by the same organization. Convertible notes are a common fundraising tool used by both startups and established companies, but the downside is an increased risk of bankruptcy as the company may end up carrying excessive debt. Virgin Galactic investors seem to have interpreted the move as a warning about the company's cash situation. Shares are currently trading at $9.77, below their initial offering price in October 2019 and a far cry from their all-time high of $62.80 in early 2021. In a statement, Virgin Galactic said that it plans to use the net proceeds from the offering to fund working capital, general and administrative matters, and capital expenditures to accelerate the development of its spacecraft fleet to facilitate high-volume commercial service. The company successfully launched its founder, Branson, along with 3 Virgin employees, into suborbital space in a test flight in July 2021, but its commercial service has been delayed multiple times. Following Branson's highly publicized flight, the Federal Aviation Administration launched a safety investigation into Virgin Galactic's VSS Unity SpaceShipTwo spaceplane, which caused the temporary grounding of all flights. The investigation concluded in September 2021, giving Virgin Galactic permission to resume flight. But in October 2021, the company delayed commercial service again, citing unrelated technology upgrades. It's now targeting October this year to fly the first paying customer. Even if the company survives the threat of bankruptcy, it must also prepare for several other challenges that stand in its way. Despite initial excitement and high demand for these flights, the company has struggled to overcome a number of technical, financial, and regulatory hurdles in order to make its vision a reality. One of the biggest problems faced by Virgin Galactic is the cost and complexity of launching people into space. The company's spacecraft, SpaceShipTwo, is a unique and sophisticated design that must be constructed and tested with utmost precision in order to ensure the safety of passengers and crew. This has made the development and certification of the vehicle a slow and expensive process, which has put significant financial strain on the company. Another challenge faced by Virgin Galactic is the need to meet stringent safety and regulatory requirements set by government agencies like the Federal Aviation Administration. The company must demonstrate that its spacecraft and operations are safe and reliable, which requires extensive testing and documentation. The company has also faced criticism from some quarters for not doing enough to address the environmental impact of its space flights, which could potentially contribute to space debris and other forms of pollution. A third major problem faced by Virgin Galactic is the intense competition in the emerging space tourism market, with a number of other companies, including SpaceX and Blue Origin, also vying to provide suborbital space flights to paying customers. Virgin Galactic must differentiate itself and convince customers to choose its service over others. This requires the company to constantly innovate and improve its technology and operations, as well as market its brand effectively to a wide audience. Despite these challenges, Virgin Galactic has made significant progress in recent years, and the company is now closer than ever to achieving its goal of offering commercial space flights to the general public. In recent flight tests, SpaceShipTwo has demonstrated its ability to reach suborbital space and provide a unique and memorable experience for its passengers. The company's also been working closely with government regulators to obtain the necessary approvals and certifications for its operations. Ultimately, the success of Virgin Galactic will depend on its ability to overcome the challenges it faces and deliver a safe, reliable, and affordable spaceflight experience to its customers. While the company has faced setbacks and delays, it remains committed to its mission and is well positioned to play a major role in the future of commercial space travel. With the continued support of its investors and partners, as well as its team of talented engineers and technicians, Virgin Galactic is poised to make history as one of the first companies to open up the final frontier to the general public. If you like this video, you may also be interested in this one, which talks about SpaceX's new nuclear rocket plan. Do you think commercial space tourism is safe? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below.